Everybody, we made it to Singapore. One of the places I've always wanted to see. It's supposed to be very clean, very busy, very cool to come see. We've already docked, waiting to finish up here and then go down to customs to get checked through and start my journey. It's going to be a very busy day today. We have a lot to see. We're here for 2 days. We're spending the overnight. You see, like a lot of places, they have their own cable car too. It goes into the building right there. That's kind of cool. Some buildings in the background that are being made. So, yeah, very cool little area. We're gonna have a lot of fun today. We're gonna do the hop-on, hop-off bus. That way, it was the cheapest way to get around town for the next 2 days. I bought that before we left the US, so I already have my ticket. The dock is right next to Sentosa Island, where you will find this. Universal Studios in the background. And you got the Adventure Cove water park here. There's a couple other parks there. Very cool. Let's take a closer look. The water even looks nice in that pretty bluish green color. So we're finished customs. We entered I guess the building where customs is one giant mall. So as soon as you pass customs, you can go shopping, get food, whatnot. Then you can take the cable cars from here. You can take the subway from here. So we're gonna get on the subway and head to Chinatown. That way we can hop on, hop off bus, and from there journey around the city. So we're gonna figure this place out. It's huge, and go from there. I'll catch you. So we made it to Chinatown here in Singapore. First stop that we did on the subway. It's like $1 something to get here. 5-minute trip. But this place is muggy. I'm already starting to sweat, and I just came outside a few seconds ago. But otherwise, it's beautiful buildings. Very clean for the most part. So it seems like a nice place. A themed aircraft from Hello Kitty. That's pretty funny. Alright, let's try to find this hop-on, hop-off bus somewhere here in Chinatown. And we'll get lucky and start this trip. So we're near the Park Royal Hotel. A big fancy hotel with all the greenery and stuff. Really awesome. We missed the bus by about 10-15 seconds. We made a big circle around this park, and there was no signage anywhere here. It's, what is it? Hong Lim Park is one of the stops here near Chinatown, and no signage anywhere, so it was really hard. We just had to keep, there was a couple different bus stops on each corner. So it was, yeah, we had no way to know where it's gonna go. When we finally saw it, we're running down the sidewalk to catch up to it. It stopped for like a second and didn't see anyone at that stop, so it just kept on going. So that kind of sucks. So I guess we're stuck here for another 20 minutes before the next one. And I guess we get our adventure started when they finally show up. And like I said, bring a hanky, a wipe or something, because this place is really muggy. It reminds me of Florida, but maybe even worse. It's, I think, 88 degrees or something right now. Humidity is like 90 something. It is, yeah, you're constantly sweating here, so there's no doubt to be prepared out here. They said it might have a chance of rain. It's beautiful, it's sunny, so I don't know if it's one of those things like Florida where you have an afternoon shower of about 10 minutes and then it stops, but I guess we'll find out. So that was kind of cool. Those buildings 1 through 5 represent a hand. So So you got the water fountain in the middle, which would be the palm, and then each building has a number. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and those would be your fingers. So that's kind of cool. Let's continue the trip since we just started. So we just hit Little India. Very elaborate here. Very interesting. From 10:30 p.m. to 7 in the morning, there is no public drinking of alcohol. You can drink in a restaurant. You cannot drink alcohol from 10:30 to 7 in the morning here in Singapore. Against the law. They have a lot of laws here, but they make it work. There's no chewing gum. We even got checked in customs. No chewing gum. It's illegal. No smoking, except I guess at your house. That's illegal. So many other rules that they have. No eating or drinking on the subway. But lots and lots of rules here. Even on our immigration form, it said warning. If you bring any drugs into the country, automatic death penalty. Very, very strict. Otherwise, very beautiful here. Very beautiful. We're finishing up here in India town and see what's next. So we finished the first tour. There's like 7 different routes. And this place is huge, Singapore is. So now we're out waiting in line to get on the green line in that bus. I was hoping it was double-decker, but I guess it's not. And this green line will go past that, or through that island where there's all the theme parks. You got the Universal, the water park, a bunch of other things. It is super hot. Went into Center and got this. It was expensive, but they import everything, I guess. It's like $3 and some cents. And they're almost equivalent to the US money in the exchange rate. Like it's for $1, it's $1.30 Singapore dollars, something like that. But anyway, so far I've been having a great time. Got to see a lot of stuff. And just taking pictures mainly throughout the city. And the construction here, the buildings, they're just phenomenally made. It's just totally different feel, a lot of greenery. Really cool going through the city. And then they have Chinatown, they have like an Arab town, they got a India town. So very, very, very diverse here. Very diverse here. So we made it to Gardens by the Bay, a beautiful, beautiful area. This is where at nighttime we're gonna try to catch the light and laser show. Sands Hotel is right there behind it. You see those cool flowers or plants, those trees? They're made out of metal and they light up and do a whole big show at nighttime. So I'm gonna do my best at this time not to miss it. And yeah, try to see it tonight. So we're walking around the garden. We have the Sands Hotel in the background. Looks like a spaceship on top of 3 platforms. We got the atrium garden back there. And apparently we have the children's water garden right behind us. And on this very muggy, humid day, those children are probably having a blast in that water area. But this Gardens by the Bay is huge. Tons to see. You can spend a day here just walking around the gardens. So we're gonna try to do the garden behind us inside the dome tomorrow if we have a chance. It might rain tomorrow, so we're trying to get as much done today as possible. You can see the Singapore flyer somewhere back there. It's the Ferris wheel. It's supposed to be, I think, bigger than Las Vegas flyer or right below. So I can't remember if it's Vegas is bigger or just right underneath the size of the Singapore one. I want to say Vegas is bigger. But very interesting place and very, you can easily do lots and lots of walking out here. You got the bay right out there. Even the rocks that they have are formed of different animals and whatnot. We're here at the Super Tree Grove, and apparently there's a bridge that connects the different trees. And I don't know if you pay, or I'm sure you pay, but it's kind of cool that you can walk up there on the very top of the trees. See if you can say it one more time, right about there. You can walk across those little suspension bridges that's being held up by wires from the tops of the trees. So that was kind of cool. But we don't have time to wait in line and do all that. Singapore is just way too big, way too much to see in 2 days. We're trying to see, like I said, a lot of stuff right now because tomorrow it might rain. And we're trying to leave all the indoor stuff for tomorrow. That's right, we're here in Sentosa Island, coincidentally close to our cruise ship, which is literally right across the waterway. Sentosa Island has something called Resort World. It basically has a ton of theme parks. We have Universal Studios Singapore, which is literally right behind me. You see the big Universal ball back there. It has something called SEA. That's supposed to be some big, large aquarium. A couple other little theme parks here. This park, I would love to go to Universal here. We don't have time. We were able to get to the front gate at least. We're gonna walk around this area and see what it's like. But Universal here is only open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's already almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so we don't have time to do it. And we're only here for 2 days, so it was cool to just see Universal in another country. We did all the Disneys, but Universal may next time. If we do the World Cruise, we will be able to do Singapore one more time. It may then. But right now there's too much. Singapore is a very large place, and it's just too much to see here. We don't have enough time to do another theme park right now. But yep, there's a sign, Universal Studios Singapore. And the ball one more time. So we're gonna walk around. It's just kind of like city walk in Florida. We're gonna see if we get some food here. Maybe look at the little shops and continue our journey around Sentosa Island. And then see what else happens after that. There is a light show back where the sands are. There's one at, there's 2 shows. And then also where the big old electric palm tree looking things are at the Gardens of the Bay. There'll be another light show there, so there's 2 light shows we have to do today. We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. We're gonna continue having fun in this heat now. Had to come in for some air conditioning. Had to stop in the Hershey store and smell all the Hershey Kisses and all the chocolate. I got the little Hershey Kiss. Got a couple little statues. A little everywhere. Always with a smile. Nice and joyful, cheerful. Very cool. Oh, one more. We got Happy Reese's. So now we're gonna head a little further into where the shops are and stuff. Festive walk. Beautiful fountains everywhere. If you didn't feel like doing a theme park, that's fine. There was plenty of other things. There's a casino over back there. There's plenty of restaurants, little shops, and plenty of just to take pictures and look around at the water. And interpretation of Adam and Eve statues. Little tiny apple on the baseboard right there. No comment. Let's move on. Not to brag, but yeah. Got a hotel named after me. In a very expensive looking building. I guess at this festive walk, this building is almost like, besides the hotel, the Michael Hotel right next on one end of this circle, there's the Galleria, which has very expensive stuff. You have Rolex, you have Tiffany's, you have all the expensive brands. They're in that thing. So I just took a picture. There's no need for me to go in there shopping. We're gonna look for some food, and hopefully I'll catch you shortly. So we got the famous merlion fountain right behind me. And it's here in Sentosa Island. It's not the famous one that's that little small statue in town. But right here, it's a big version of it. The merlion. And that. I don't know if you go in there or not. There's some ticketing. It says the merlion ticketing. So I don't know if you go in it or there's a little park back there. Like I said, there's like a million parks out here. And I can't stress enough, bring a towel or something to keep wiping yourself all over your face and everything like I've been doing with such humidity. But the main thing I can't stress enough is drink plenty and plenty of water. Keep hydrated, because this place will dehydrate you quick. So make sure you keep yourself hydrated. So we're back at Suntec City. Now that's where you want to go. I'm gonna make it a lot easier because it was very confusing for us when we were trying to figure out where the bus stations were for this hop on, hop off bus. There's two companies, big bus tours, which is what I used, and there's sightseeing bus tours. And they all pretty much meet right here. Here's the central location to go to all the different routes. There's like 7 routes with big bus tour. You got even they do the duck tour right here. But right here in Suntec City is basically where the main hub is. That's where you want to go. It's the back part. I'll put a picture right about now of exactly where you want to go to find the start of the tour. Now it's all part of this big mall, so we're gonna go inside this mall, get some snacks and whatnot. So just ate a delicious burger at this gourmet type burger place here in Suntec City in the mall, and we're about to do the last trail or last line, which is like the yellow line on the sightseeing bus tour. When we finish here, we're gonna head over to the Sands Hotel and the Gardens by the Bay. That way we could go see the light show by the trees, and then run across to the front of the Sands Hotel and see their water and light show there. So 2 things to do when we're done with this. So it's still have many things to do today. You can see it's pretty much empty back here. Some people are joining us right now, but I think it's gonna be pretty empty because it's the last ride of the night. Anyway, enjoy the ride. Still in Orchard Road, and they have decorated it. Disney, it looks like, has helped decorate it, and the place looks beautiful. Be joyful and hope. Everybody's taking pictures. It's magical here in Orchard Road. Looks like Orchard Road, it seems to be the place to be. Tons of shopping. It is absolutely amazing here. As you can tell with all that, there's a street performer back there. Tons of people everywhere. It is crowded. I would stop right here. I'll be back tomorrow to see it, but I'd stop here if I could, but I have to get back to the Sands. I want to see the light show tonight. Otherwise, right here would be the place to stop at.
Is such a simple word, and us is much more than you heard. Two little letters come together, and then loneliness is cured. Yeah.
So we just left the Gardens of the Bay tree show with the lights. They played some disco music. About 15 minutes long, really awesome. There's two shows there, and there's two shows here in front of the Sands Hotel. And we're waiting to see the next show because the other one was going on while we were over at the Gardens of the Bay. So right now we're just going to hang here inside the mall that is attached to the Sands Hotel. It is massive in here. They even have a gondola in one of the waterways downstairs. I don't even know what this is, but that's really cool looking. And it looks like upstairs you see people viewing from up top. That's where you would see the light show at the waterfront with the water show, the lasers, everything. It's been great here visiting Singapore. It's only day one, we still have day two tomorrow for a couple hours. But there's just way too much to do here in Singapore. A beautiful place. Probably, besides Japan, it's probably one of my favorite places so far. The buildings are awesome. It's just a massive area. So much to see, so much to do. Hop on, hop off bus, really worth it. If you can get to, whenever you go to a new place, in a short period of time, hop on, hop off bus will get you there. 10 p.m. It's kind of cool because it's the weekend, so on Fridays and Saturdays it has 3 shows instead of the normal 2 shows. So it's 8, 9, which is what we just saw, and then one at 10 o'clock. Yeah, so today ends the first day in Singapore. What an exciting day, finished with a blast, and this little light show was awesome. You all have a good night.